Live from the Lumberyard in Pullman, this is the Cougar Basketball Hour.
Cougar is done from Indy Okafor.
Tonight's show is presented by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every Cougar Basketball Hour this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Yolik dish, Tomas to the basket, left-handed runner, he's got it. Cougs red hot out of the gate.
Now, alongside Washington State men's basketball coach David Riley, here's the voice of the Cougs, Chris King.
It is good to be back. It is our first Cougar Basketball Hour of the season. Here we are at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. Appreciate everyone joining us here at the Lumberyard, whether you're tuning in live on the Cougar Sports Network, on the WSU Cougars Game Day app. You can listen live to all of our broadcasts, including our coaches' shows, or watching on YouTube, live or on demand. We appreciate you tuning in. Chris King here with David Riley. Coach, we're off and going. Here we are. We know that we're in the thick of the season when we're meeting up pretty much every week here for the coaches' shows.
Yeah, happy to be here. First one of the year.
First one of the year, and we're kind of switching things up just a little bit. The men are on Monday nights, which means tomorrow night, of course, come out as well. It will be Steve Grubbs with Cammie Etheridge, the Cougar Basketball Hour, the women's basketball edition. It had been Tuesday, Monday, and kind of swapping that with the schedule on the men's side, having some more Wednesday games, some more travel that would make Tuesday a bit harder. So with travel, we'll have 7 of the Cougar Basketball Hours, the men's basketball editions this year, and we've got our first one here tonight. And I'm just thinking overall here, Coach, how are you doing? We blink and we're in conference play. There's 4 games into conference play. There's a lot that's happened since that very first game of the season up until now.
Yeah, you know, we got back from winter break and just kind of hit the ground running. And 4 games in 8 days was a whirlwind, and our guys did a really good job just continuing to grow and came out of there 3-1.
3-1, that has a pretty good ring to it. The Cougs have won 5 of their last 6. How do you look back on everything that's just kind of unfolded to this point? I know you've talked about the team being battle-tested, that toughness being built, and obviously no one would accuse you of putting together a cupcake schedule. I mean, the team going out on the road, taking on some quality opponents, and I know we're seeing the dividends of all that during this recent stretch.
Yeah, you know, I think our guys did a good job kind of battling through and learning through losses in the first part of the season, and unfortunately we had to go through that with a new group. But it's starting to show now, the foundation that we built. Like, we weren't playing a cupcake schedule. We were going out on the road and playing some really good teams. And when you do that, you kind of see where your holes are, and you got time to fix those. And I think with the veterans we had that have been through this before, like Thomas and Reed and D, Parker Garrett's and those guys, they did a great job of just calming the storm, and our guys have been getting better every day, and now it's starting to turn that corner. 5 of the last 6 has been good, and now we got a few tough ones coming up.
Well, and bookended at the Spokane Arena, that most recent victory just last night, topping Oregon State. It got started against Eastern Washington, that stretch winning 5 of the last 6. You mentioned Reed Vavers. We got a great show planned here tonight. Our guests, we have 2 members of the WSU men's basketball team. Reed Vavers joining us, and Jerome Morton as well. We'll get into those 2 guys coming up, but those are 2 great examples of players who have been outstanding as of late and critical pieces into this stretch where the team has won 5 out of 6.
Yeah, you know, they've done a great job the last couple of games. Reed got us going in the LMU game. We were off to a slow start and got a couple looks in transition and really gave us a spark and been getting rhythm lately, which is great to see. And then Jerome, since break, has been a big spark for us, and I think just playing more confident and getting more comfortable with how we do things. And when he's able to just play within our system, I think you're going to see a better version of him.
I think back to what we're talking about, to the team being battle-tested. Jim Crawford does a great job as the sports information director for the program, and he has the mileage down. Do you know how many miles the team has traveled so far this year and how many different time zones the team has played in?
I haven't got that.
16,500 plus miles to this point, and in 4 different time zones. So taking the show out on the road, and I know there was a great experience in Maui and getting to go play at Davidson and Bradley, and we could kind of go down the line. But the team getting out there, playing some high-quality competition, and it seems to all pay dividends when you get to this point of the year and conference play is off and going.
Yeah, and what a great opportunity to go all over the country, go to Hawaii for the Maui Invitational, and just to be able to play on all these different stages. I think is great for our guys, and we get to spend time on the road. Like when you have this many new faces on a team, just having those road trips where you're spending time eating together, traveling together, getting flight delays and getting stuck in the airport. It builds some camaraderie, and I think our guys are just a little bit closer because of that.
That never happens, though, right? The flight delays when the team's out on the road, that never happens.
We've had our fair share this year.
Oh, goodness. The Maui Invitational, that certainly stands out. I know a number of Cougs there cheering on the team, and that is such an event folks think of when they think of college basketball and getting to play great competition. How was that, kind of putting that all together, getting the program to participate in that and having that experience?
Yeah, it's a tricky thing when you're looking at your preseason schedule and how you want to structure that, and we decided to go play the toughest schedule we can, and I think that's a mindset that we've had that I've had since I've been a head coach is we want to go challenge ourselves in the preseason, and there's no better way than the Maui Invitational, and Pedro got that done for us. He's I don't know how he figured it out, but one day he just came to me and said we got a chance to do it, and so we signed up that day, and it was a really, really cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What was the highlight of just being in Maui? I mean, that's a lot of basketball in a short span, but was there anything away from the court that kind of stood out?
Man, we did a lot. We got there 2 days early and gave the guys a few different trips. We went to Dan Gidfellow's house and had a great time with some Cougs up there. For a night, and guys got some time on the beach during the day, the day we got there, but for the most part it was just being able to play on that stage is pretty cool.
Well, there were Cougs in Maui, and I'm thinking back to this recent stretch, winning 4 out of 5, but a game in Pullman, 2 games in Spokane in there, but also heading back to the University of Portland, second straight year. There were more Coug fans than University of Portland fans at the Chiles Center when the Cougs opened conference play with a victory. And then at Climate Pledge Arena, that was just 6 nights ago when the Cougs took on Seattle U, and of course a big turnout of WSU fans. How is it playing away from Pullman and having that kind of support?
It's the really, really cool feeling to be on the road and that national anthem hits and you hear the home of the Cougs, and we definitely got that in Seattle and Portland and Spokane for sure.
So 4 games in 8 days to start conference play. I know you got a little time for Christmas, but certainly when Christmas was over, I mean, reality comes quick with how much in these critical games to start conference play on a high note. The Cougs doing that, taking 3 out of 4. Let's look back at those most recent 2. There was the nail-biter against LMU. That was just back on Friday. And then yesterday, beating Oregon State. It took a come-from-behind effort, down by as many as 14 to beat LMU. And it was kind of the opposite. Started out strong against Oregon State and then kept them at an arm's length the rest of the way. What jumps out to your mind most when you think back? And it hasn't been that long ago. Friday night at Beasley, last night against Oregon State at the Spokane Arena at those 2 victories.
They were both really mentally tough games, I think, from our team. And that first one where we had to come from behind, we got off to a slow start, unfortunately, and our guys just found a way to play together. And it was really cool. The last sequence, I think we scored the last 3 possessions, and each one of those, we didn't have to call a play. The guys just got off the ball and moved it, and we were able to flow into really, really good shots and good offense. And that's where our team is at their best. And I think it was cool to see that trust build a little bit there and just kind of hit the ground running versus Oregon State, and probably our best passing game of the year. And did a good job. They had us spread out with 4 shooters most of the game versus Oregon State, and our guys were flying around.
Cougs getting the victory last night, off to a 3-1 start in conference play. We're here with the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. A reminder that single game tickets to WSU men's and women's basketball are available right now at WSUCougars.com/tix. Come experience all the action at Beasley Coliseum and cheer on the Cougs. Get your tickets today at WSUCougars.com/tix. We'll take a break here from the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. When we come back, we'll be once again with David Riley still to come. We'll have two players stopping by tonight, Jerome Morton and Reed Vavers. That's all after this. You're listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
Download the WSU Cougars mobile app today, which features the latest news. Plus, it's your way to stream all of our Cougar Sports Network radio broadcasts. Listen to Cougar football, volleyball, men's and women's basketball, baseball game broadcast, plus coaches shows, all for free with WSU Cougars Game Day app. Take our broadcast with you wherever you go. Available now by searching WSU Cougars Game Day in the Apple App Store or Google Play.
Okay, text from the wedding planner. She's talking about a cake pop mural.
Ah, exciting.
Ooh, it's $8,000.
Oh.
I don't know, we're trying to save for a house.
Well, you only get married once. Or twice. 3 times tops.
There's a lot of bad money advice out there. For knowledge you can trust, come to Gisa Credit Union. Whether it's saving for the wedding or everything that comes after, we can help get you where you want to be. Find a healthier approach to money at Gisa.
This winter, you don't need to know how to slalom, land a triple axel, or pull off a McTwist 1260, whatever that is, to get to the podium. The only physical feat required is getting off the couch for Northern Quest's $60,000 podium payout. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Plus, earn 4 times entries every Tuesday, and you could take home $25,000 on January 29th with absolutely no cardio. The podium payout, only at Northern Quest.
If you use natural gas, you recognize its blue flame. But natural gas is actually invisible and odorless. That's why Avista adds a rotten egg scent in case there's ever a leak. If you smell natural gas at home, get outside fast. Don't flip switches or do anything to cause a spark. Go somewhere safe. Call 911. Then Avista. We'll take care of the problem and tell you when it's okay to return. Till then, it's a good excuse to visit the neighbors. Avista. We just want you to be safe.
We are back at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour, our very first edition of this season. Chris King back with the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley, still to come. We'll have 2 players up here on the stage joining us in Reed Vavers, a returner, and then an impact newcomer in Jerome Morton. Back with David Riley. Let's talk about these 2 guys. Reed Vavers, Coug fans got to know him last year. Had some tough injury luck last season, but my goodness, we saw those flashes last year when he is on, so dangerous as a shooter, and we have seen him continue to further flourish here in his second year at WSU. What did that mean for the program to get him back for the second season?
You know, just to get someone like Reed back that has a good feel for our system and hadn't really been able to show who he is as a player was exciting, because we all knew how good he was. He was there was the month before he got hurt last year, he was our leading scorer in practice. And, you know, there's some pretty good players, like Cedric was healthy then and all those guys, and he's really been able to get some rhythm the last couple games, and you guys are starting to finally see what he can do.
I don't think LMU, and we'll talk to him about it, and I think we discussed it after the game, but I don't think LMU likes him very much because he went off in the conference tournament against LMU, and as you touched on before, it was kind of a lull offensively at the beginning of the game against LMU, and it was Reed's hot shooting that kind of got things jump-started for the squad. Yeah,
that was a really big stretch for us. We were struggling in the half court. We weren't getting stops, and we got a couple rebounds. He got out and ran, and when the ball's zipping around, he's usually a beneficiary of that, and I think that was good to get him going a little bit.
Reed, the native of Latvia, and his dad is actually here. He is here tonight, so making the long trip to come see his son and to spend some time with him and to cheer him on. You've had a lot of recruiting trips over the years. I don't know, probably because he was already playing D1 basketball in the U.S. I'm assuming you didn't go to his home country to recruit him?
No, that's one of the few I haven't been to. We were just talking about that earlier. We got to make a trip out there.
Well, now you know you have an excellent host with the Vavers family, and it's just great to see what he's been able to do in his 2 years at WSU. And then we have Jerome Morton here. Jerome coming from Morehead State. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but in the transfer portal this last year, he was the first guy that the Cougs signed out of the portal. He was the first portal signee. What has he brought to the team this season?
You know, we really loved Jerome when we started talking to him and watching his film and just kind of seeing the player he is and what he brings to a team. And he's been really just picking things up ever since he got here. He's a guy that we had to limit his time in the gym, because he was just in there 4 or 5 times a day and just a complete gym rat. And I think just making sure that he's pacing himself throughout the year, because he's doing a lot for us. He's someone that really sparks us on the defensive end. He's a point guard. He can play off the ball. He can score in the paint. He can shoot it from 3. And so I think when you're trying to put all those aspects together, it's hard. And I think early on in the season, he was trying to figure out who he was a little bit within our offense, and that was thinking a little too much. And I think finally now he's getting more comfortable and got back from break and just had a different energy with him.
Putting up 28 points combined in those last 2 games, the Cougar victories over LMU and Oregon State. We're excited to talk with them. Anything Cougar fans should know as we dive into these guys' story? We'll talk to Reed coming up first, then Jerome. What do we need to know? What's the dirt? What's the good stuff from the head coach of the Cougs about these guys?
Oh, man, these guys are pretty low-key. You'll have to do some digging on these guys.
Okay.
They'll be fun up there.
Well, we're looking forward to talking to him. Coach, we'll let you loose for now. You can enjoy some of the food here at the Lumberyard, and we'll have you back on a little bit later when we talk about St. Mary's. That next matchup is the Cougs have Thursday off. Don't play again until Saturday.
Sounds good. Go Cougs.
Again, that is David Riley joining us here at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. A reminder, tonight's show is brought to you in part by Toyota. The Junior Cougs Kids Club is presented by Toyota. It is the official kids club of the Washington State Cougars, and it is the best way for the youngest members of Cougar Nation to show off their Cougar pride. Find out more information about your Junior Cougs membership perks at wsucougars.com/JRCougs. We'll take a break. When we come back, Reed Vavers will join us. That's all here on the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do lists one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit AdamsTractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We are back at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is our first Cougar Basketball Hour of the season. We are off and going every week for the most part here at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. We say that we have both the men's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. Tomorrow night, Tuesdays will be the night this year for the women's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. On the men's side, the way the conference schedule worked out this year, due to some travel days, we'll have 7 of our Cougar Basketball Hours this year. There'll be 9 total on the women's side, so make sure to either join us right here tomorrow. Steve Grubbs will be hosting it with Cammie Etheridge and guests throughout from the women's basketball program. That will be tomorrow at the Lumberyard from 6 to 7. You can also tune in, as always, on the Cougar Sports Network, and YouTube is where the video stream airing live this year. Catch that live or on demand. So we're excited to be talking Cougar hoops every week right here at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. And on that note, we're excited to welcome in Reed Vavers from the men's basketball team. Reed, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's year 2 as a Coug? How's year 2 here in Pullman?
It's been great. I'm finally playing.
last year, you say that, boy, if you didn't have bad luck, you would have had no luck. It felt like two kind of just fluky injuries, right, that ended up happening that limited your time out on the court. What did it feel like to finally get that stretch in the rearview mirror?
I mean, it's been great. Having full off season, just playing with the guys, enjoying the game, being out there every night with them. So far it's been amazing.
Well, and I imagine it's pretty special right now. We mentioned that your dad is here. Do you want to introduce your dad and to tell everyone about your dad?
Shout out Reed Vavers right there.
Hey, great to have him here at the Lumberyard and to have him here on the Palouse. How long is that trip? Latvia, your home country, how long is that to get from your hometown to get here to Pullman?
Definitely takes a day, if not more. So took that trip, so I'm excited that he's here.
How many? You've done it, right? You've had to do that. How many flights? 3, 4, 5? What are we talking?
Usually it's like 3.
3, okay. Yeah. That's a long day. How long does he get to be here for? How many games does he get to take in?
He's going to be here for another month, so we got a good luck charm on our side for a little bit. But, I mean, hopefully he can stay for the whole time. But, yeah, for another month for sure.
When did he get into town? Because the Cougs have won 5 of the last 6. I think he's probably seen a lot of wins.
Yeah, he's been here for like 2 weeks now. We've been 4-1 with him, I believe so.
Okay.
Or 5-1, yeah.
Okay, we know who to give credit to for this hot stretch. And is he going to go to, because it will be Saturday at St. Mary's and the Cougs will be at home against Gonzaga. Is he going to all the games?
Yeah, he loves to drive. If y'all didn't know, he drives to all of the games. So.
You're driving down to the Bay Area from here? Okay, all right, there we go. Logging some miles. Hopefully you got that playlist ready to go and seeing some new roads, I would think, for him. I'm not sure if he's made that drive before from Pullman down to Moraga. That's great to have him here. And we were talking during the break. I was asking you because you were a dead-eye shooter, and it seems like basketball is just in your blood. But when I asked you, is basketball kind of your family sport, you said no. What sport is kind of your family sport?
Volleyball. I mean, I broke the chain. I'm the only basketball player in my family.
So give us how deep that volleyball runs in your family.
I mean, he played it for most of his life. My mom went to VCU, graduated from VCU. My sister also played. Now she does it more for fun. But all my cousins played as well. So volleyball has been in my blood, but I had to, break in and start playing basketball.
At what point did a volleyball make its way out of your hands and a basketball was more in your hands than a volleyball?
I tried every single sport before basketball. I tried swimming, played soccer, but at my hometown there was no volleyball team for men. So kind of basketball came to me. So I tried it, I liked it, and fell in love with it.
How old were you when basketball became your passion, that you knew that was your sport?
I think I was 9 or 10. All my friends started pretty early. They were like 5, 6. I started pretty late. So, yeah, but I got up to it.
And you just couldn't miss? Is that what happened? I mean, there's got to be a lot of hard work, but David Riley's described you as one of the best shooters he's ever been around, and that's a pretty high compliment considering the high talented players that he has coached and he has been around. Was it just kind of like natural, or a lot of hard work, or the combination of both?
A lot of hard work, of course. Shout out to one of my coaches that I grew up working out with. He really paid attention to my shot. Of course, I was just pushing the ball as a kid, didn't have the strength to it, but as I was growing up, he paid attention to it, and then it just became automatic.
So being in your home country, at what point does playing Division I basketball in America kind of come on your radar?
I mean, I came here when I was 15. I just played the game because I love it. And then as I started playing here and understood the level of Division I, I thought I can play here. Unfortunately, it was a COVID year for me, so I had to go a prep year. But I mean, all along, I knew I wanted to play the game that I love for as long as I can, and I'm blessed to have this opportunity to play at D1 level.
I'm assuming with your mom's experience, you had some guidance and some advice on what it would be like, but it's still a lot to leave home at 15, and you're a long way from home.
Yeah.
How was that? How did you navigate all that?
At first, it was really hard. You can ask my dad. I called him every day. I wanted to go home so bad, and then COVID hit. I was home for a whole year, so I didn't really know how it was going to turn out. But at first, it was really tough. But I mean, now I've been here for a couple of years, and I feel okay.
Well, that is outstanding. That's a lot to navigate. That is a lot to deal with there. Goodness. Well, we're happy you're here at WSU. It's your second school in your college career. You came to WSU, and in this era of college basketball, in this era of college sports, I mean, you have options every year. You can kind of decide what you want to do, and if you want to do something different, for you decided, hey, I'm in a good spot. What ultimately made you think that, okay, you and these strong core returners, Andy Okafor and Tomas and Parker, and not to overlook anyone, Case, to say, hey, like, we got a good thing going here. Let's run it back next year, and let's build on what we have.
Yeah, I mean, I knew coaches have the trust in me, and last year I couldn't really showcase what I can do. And I know they know how far I can go. They trust my work. So I just wanted to show them that I trust them as well and come back and, go as far as we can go. The goal is to play in March. So I think we're going to do it.
Well, I love hearing that. I absolutely love hearing that. The team has won 5 of the last 6, 3-1 in conference play too. What do you attribute this hot stretch to?
I mean, as Coach mentioned before, like, we were playing a lot of hard games, and we learned a lot from them. And I think these last 6 games, we've shown that we really picked it up and showed them what we can do. And we got a great opportunity ahead of us, so we just got to keep going.
I was joking. I don't know what it is about LMU, but you've had their number in the conference tournament. You were red hot in that victory for WSU over LMU. You were so critical in that victory on Friday, especially in the early going when the offense started off cold. You provided that jump start. How was it in kind of both of those games, in that big conference tournament win and getting that victory on Friday, to have that success in those 2 matchups?
I mean, we have guys on our team that can pick it up, and I happened to be that guy on Friday, and I want to lift my teammates up, and that's what I did. And I gave them rhythm, momentum, and that's what I'm here to do. And it happened to be me. I'm blessed, but it's just somebody got to step up, and it was me. And I know any other game it can be somebody else, but if somebody gives us momentum, it's just hard to stop us when we keep going.
Well, it has been fun to see because there are so many weapons, and you're a big part of that. And I remember talking with David Riley after the LMU game on our post-game interview, and him saying, hey, there are 4 guys in double figures. That's what a WSU box score looks like. And we are seeing guys like Jerome Morton, who will join us next, continue to flourish. So a lot of weapons, and it has been fun to see during the stretch, starting off conference play 3-1. Life in Pullman. So you're a long way from home. What is home like compared to Pullman? I mean, how different are we talking your hometown is compared to year 2 and being, Pullman is your spot now?
Yeah, I mean, my hometown is pretty similar to Pullman, small town, just single stores over here like Walmart. We have the same in Latvia, so it's not really different. I got adjusted to it. I mean, figuring out ways to spend time with my teammates, or my dad's here and I can spend time with him, show around Pullman. So it's not bad at all. It's just a town where you can just lock in on basketball and just hoop.
So Dad is in town. What is the one thing away from the court that you had to show him when he made the trip here?
I showed him Old European. He loves Old European. We went twice already. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What's his favorite thing to get there?
He took the omelet with the hash browns and the toast. So yeah.
There we go. I think we're getting a nod of approval. Yeah. So like to hear that. For you, away from the court, what are you studying? How's everything going in the classroom?
Yeah, I'm studying sports management. It's been going really good. I'm ahead of my credits. So right now I'm just enjoying it, and it's been really fun.
Well, good job being ahead on credits. Hopefully there's a lot of basketball in front of you, not only in your college career, but a long professional career. What do you think about when it comes to life after college? Is it playing professionally and then maybe someday putting that sports management degree to use?
Of course. I mean, I want to play this game as long as I can. I love it. I love to be out there, just play. And we'll see where the wind takes me whenever the college days are over. But, yeah, I mean, I want to be in the basketball field. I would love to be an agent. That's what I'm studying right now. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. So what, you kind of have to have a real, not that you are a go-getter, but you got to be a go-getter to be an agent. Have you talked to some agents before to kind of get the lay of the land on what that job's like?
Yeah, I'm learning every day, picking some things up. So, yeah, it's been cool so far.
Well, hopefully you play for a very long time, and then we've got some future Cougs here that are going to play professionally, and you can be their agent.
For sure, yeah. That's the plan.
Well, final question for you. A 3-1 start to conference play. There's some great opportunities coming up, some big challenges. St. Mary's, the opponent on Saturday. Next home game going to be Gonzaga. Then back on the road, San Francisco and San Diego after that. You've experienced this before. You've experienced conference play in the WCC. What is you most excited about what's to come now that the Cougs are in the spot where there's some momentum that's been built?
Yeah, I mean, every game matters in this conference. Nobody's going to give you just a win just because you have Washington State or whatever across your chest. So we're going to prepare. Great opportunity, as you said. So we're just excited to play, excited to be out there, and we just got to show them what Cougar basketball is about.
Ree, it is a pleasure catching up with you. Thanks for the time here tonight, and look forward to seeing you and your teammates back in action on Saturday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Again, Reed Vavers joining us here at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Jerome Morton and also David Riley, head coach of the Cougs, will stop by a little later on as well. More after this timeout. You're listening to Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
This Washington State University sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Pullman Regional Hospital, the official hospital of Washington State Athletics. Rural communities face unique healthcare challenges. By providing hands-on opportunities for WSU students in health sciences, nursing, pharmacy, and the LS Floyd College of Medicine, Pullman Regional Hospital is helping to shape the future of local healthcare. Learn more at pullmanregional.org. Pullman Regional Hospital and Washington State, partners in excellence.
Be a part of all the excitement at Beasley Coliseum this year. Come cheer on the Washington State Cougars men's and women's basketball teams as they host the likes of Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and Oregon State in conference play this season. Don't miss out on all the action. Grab your tickets to upcoming WSU basketball games today at WSUCougars.com/tix. Again, that's WSUCougars.com/TIX. See you at Beasley Coliseum. Go Cougs!
Dear Traction, Toyota has 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The RAV4 has legendary versatility. The Grand Highlander's adult-sized third row is for real. And the Tacoma's wild side comes standard. From job sites to campsites and game nights, there's an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive Toyota to get you there in style. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do list one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State Athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit AdamsTractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
This is the Cougar Basketball Hour.
Makes the pass, left wing three, takes it and makes it. Oh, and another big three is needed. It's Reed Vavers who delivers again.
Tonight's show is presented by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every Cougar Basketball Hour this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Pumas Rochester, one-hand alley-oop lay-in.
Once again, back to the Lumberyard Food Hall in downtown Pullman. Here's the voice of the Cougs, Chris King.
It is so good to be back. Our first edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour of the season. That's when you know that we are in the heart of hoop season. The Cougs often going in conference play 3-1 in the WCC. 5 of the last 6 have been Cougar victories. And we're excited to welcome in our second player guest of the season, Jerome Morton. Jerome, thanks for being here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. It is great to talk with you from Lexington, Kentucky. Junior, a transfer from Morehead State. So this is year one for you at WSU. Yes, how's life as a Coug?
It's great. I mean, just coaches and everybody, my teammates and the community just embracing me. I'm glad to be here for real.
We'd love to hear that. And you committed out of the transfer portal last year. What about it? You heard from David Riley. How did everything kind of come together where, you know, we were talking during the break, you hadn't been to the Pacific Northwest before, so you hear from David Riley, okay, I'll go out and visit WSU, and then you end up committing. How did that all kind of, the stars line up?
Well, honestly, I was just in my car one day just driving down the highway, and Coach Brady, he had called me, and he asked me if I was interested, what I wanted to get out of the portal, and I looked up the college and everything. See, Klay Thompson went here, just saw it was a big-time place to be, and I wanted to get out here on a visit, and I liked what I saw, so pulled the trigger quick.
Well, and we are glad that you are here. And you mentioned the Klay Thompson aspect. Klay Thompson spent some time with the Cougs this year. Did you get to meet him and to be around him a little bit?
Yeah, we all got to meet him. We got to play with him. Hit a game winner on him, but shoot.
You hit a game? Okay, well, you're being modest here. You kind of just slipped that right in. There's got to be more to that story.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we were just hooping in there. It was just glad that he got to come in there with us and just play. And he's a good person. It was good to meet him for sure.
Well, that is one heck of a memory.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That is fun to hear for you. So from the state of Kentucky, you're the number 2 ranked player in the entire state, according to Prep Hoops and Rivals coming out of high school. You helped your high school make runs in the state tournament, even won a state title. You go to Morehead State. How was kind of that? We talked about your recruitment to WSU, but how was that original recruitment when you were figuring out where you wanted to at least start your college career?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have too many offers coming out of high school, so really I like Coach Bradley and his coaching staff. They talked to me the most, really, and I just wanted to go to them because they showed me the most love. So I pulled the trigger, and it was only 45 minutes away from home, so it wasn't too bad. So, yeah, it was more.
Well, and there, I know you have your toes dipped in the water your freshman year, and then you really take a big leap your sophomore year, and here we have you now in your junior season. David Riley made the comment about you going back home for Christmas, and you've had an outstanding stretch, especially since Christmas. How was it kind of going back home? You're a long way from home here in Pullman. Was that a really nice stretch to be back home, maybe see some family, and then it's right back to it?
No, for sure. Got to go home, see some family and friends and all that. Got to catch up with them all, and I just think it put me in a great state of mind to come back here and be ready to play some ball. So.
Well, and we've seen that uptick these last 2 games. You had 28 combined in the victory over LMU and the win over Oregon State last night. And David Riley even kind of pointing back to the Seattle U game, seeing it there, that was kind of the start of this upswing. What's allowed you to have this hot stretch?
Honestly, man, my faith in God, I've just been praying a lot and just keeping my faith and staying in the gym. And my shot hasn't been falling at the beginning of the season, but I just know that I put in a lot of work and just going off my faith and trusting God. So as long as I keep doing that, I feel like good things will happen.
We've seen that shot fall as of late, and I know he's definitely praised you for your defense. How is it? Because there's a lot on your shoulders. The Cougs are asking you to be versatile to make an impact on both ends of the court.
I mean, it's really what I hang my hat on. So when I first started playing basketball, I wasn't good at offense, but I was good at defense. So I just carried that throughout my career since I was a little kid. So, yeah, just going out there and playing hard and giving it my all on both sides of the ball. I think that's why I really hang my hat on for sure.
We're talking with Cougar guard Jerome Morton here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. We're live at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. A reminder, tonight's show is brought to you in part by Toyota. Cougar Nation, each time you bring your Toyota vehicle to be serviced at a local and participating Toyota dealership, you can receive a premium Washington State giveaway item as a member of the Toyota Rewards Program. Stay tuned for more information on how to become a Rewards Program member. We'll take a time out here from the Lumberyard. We'll have more with Jerome after this, and then a little later on, we'll have David Riley back up here as we'll talk about what's next for the Cougs. You're listening to Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
Go Cougs.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a WSU fan and you haven't switched your phone service to Cougs Mobile, you're passing up a slam dunk. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Cougs Mobile contributes to WSU athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Coug fans and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit CougsMobile.com.
Hi, I'm Andre Gabriel.
I'm Dara Peters.
And I'm Tasia Sniffen. We're cheerleaders on the WSU Spirit Squad.
Meet Krista Gross, the realtor who supports students like us with NIL sponsorships and resources to help us succeed.
She's dedicated, relentless, and always puts her clients first, just like a true Cougar.
With award-winning service and a passion for helping people, Krista is the ultimate coach for home buyers and sellers.
Support her because she supports us. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
On game day, Pullman heads to the Lumberyard Food Hall. Enjoy burgers and drinks from Timber, island favorites from Island Grill, and bold Colombian flavors from Mi Rinconcito Colombiano. And when the sun goes down, dancing every Friday and Saturday night, 18 and older after 10 p.m. There's something for everyone at the Lumberyard Food Hall in downtown Pullman.
We are back at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour, which is brought to you in part by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill, proud partner of Cougar Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Back here with WSU guard Jerome Morton. Jerome, we're talking about you making your way to WSU. You're at Morehead State. Here you are in this spot where you've been playing great as of late. The Cougs have been on this hot stretch, winning 5 of the last 6, 3-1 in conference play. I'm thinking of these next 3 games. There's a little time this week. I don't know if I would say quite off, but there's not a game until Saturday after playing last night. But then it's a stretch where it is these teams that have been at the very top of the conference for the most part in recent years. It's St. Mary's next, it's Gonzaga, and then it's San Francisco. How excited are you to go up against these programs that have had so much success in recent years?
I'm very blessed. Our teammates and our coach staff, we just all been putting in a lot of work, and I just think we're just going to take it day by day and go practice hard, and they're going to come up with good game plans for us to go out here and execute, and we're all looking forward to it for sure.
Well, I want to know, for someone from Kentucky and who had never previously been out to the Northwest, you've done a lot of travel this year, seen a lot of new places as a member of the WSU basketball program. What's been the best part for you of being out here in Pullman and just the whole WSU experience?
I mean, it's been awesome. They've taken me everywhere. I mean, I got to go out the country a few times. Just being out and get to go to California, LA, never been out there, seen the Clippers facility. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that they've allowed me to go experience. So it's been a fun experience for sure.
The Cougs have packed it in. We mentioned that stat before, having traveled over 16,000 miles this year. And then there was the overseas trip that the team had over the offseason. So a lot of really cool basketball experiences and life experiences as well. As we talk life away from the court and in the classroom, how's everything going there? What are you studying?
I'm a human development major. So, yeah, everything in the classroom is going good. My classes are smooth. But, yeah.
Have you had a favorite class so far in your time at WSU?
I mean, class is all right.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, the court is your main lab, sure, right? Yes.
Class, I enjoy class. I go, so I try to get as much out of it as I can. So
that sounds good. Well, for you, I mean, it's kind of basketball as a focus, and even though you got time in front of you in your college career, that best case scenario, you're playing basketball for a long time.
Yes, sir. For sure. So, I want to be playing pro basketball after this. So as long as, however long God wants me to play, that's what I'm just trusting His plan that He has for my life for real. So.
Well, that is great, and we are happy you're here in Pullman and part of the program, and it's been so fun seeing the kind of impact you've made throughout the year, but especially these last couple of games, scoring 28 points in those last 2. Jerome, appreciate the time. Thanks so much, and just like I told Reed, best of luck coming up on Saturday. Looking forward to that game at St. Mary's.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. That is Jerome Morton joining us here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. Coming up next, we'll be rejoined by the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley. A reminder, this is our first Cougar Basketball Hour of the season. We'll have 7 total shows on the men's side this year. The way the schedule works out with conference play and travel, there's a couple of Mondays that we will not be able to have a show because the team will be traveling out on the road getting ready for a game. But don't forget, tomorrow night we have the men's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. That's going to be Mondays throughout the conference season. But tomorrow night we'll have our first Cougar Basketball Hour for the women's basketball program. Steve Grubbs will be here at the Lumberyard. It will be from 6 to 7. He'll He'll be with the head coach of WSU, Cammy Etheridge. Players from the women's basketball program and staff will be joining throughout the season. You can listen in here on the Cougar Sports Network. You can also tune in live on the WSU Cougars YouTube page. So that's our new home to catch the show live and, of course, on demand as well. And you can always listen on the WSU Cougars Game Day app. Download that, listen to any of our network broadcasts and our local broadcasts as well, all available on the WSU Cougars Game Day app. We'll take a break. We'll be rejoined by David Riley after this. You're listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do list one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit adamstractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
Your audio home for all things Cougar athletics is the Washington State Cougar Podcast Channel. Just search for Washington State Cougars on your favorite podcast platform to follow and subscribe to the official podcast home of the Cougs. Hear our original WSU Athletics podcast, plus replays from the Cougar Sports Network, including football pregame and postgame show coverage, full football game broadcast, and coaches shows. Find it all by searching for Washington State Cougars on your favorite podcast platform to start listening today.
When putting in a tree or fence post, we all hate it when our shovel hits a big rock. But there are worse things to come across, like a natural gas or electric line. Nowadays, buried utilities are everywhere, some just below the surface. That's why it's the law to call 811 before you dig, to have your lines marked ahead of time. It's free for Avista residential customers. So call 811 2 business days before you dig. You need time to pick out that perfect shrub anyway. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Cougs, to lead in the new Pac-12, we have to attack this together. Name, image, and likeness, NIL, is essential. It's how our programs recruit, retain, and elevate our student athletes who don the crimson and gray. And now, you can directly support WSU NIL through our Cougar Athletic Fund. A tax-deductible gift to our Sport Excellence Funds powers WSU's NIL efforts, all in one place. Visit WSUCougars.com and select NIL in the drop-down menu to learn more. Go Cougs!
We are back at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour, our first of 7 shows this season. And tonight's show, all of our Cougar Basketball Hours are brought to you in part by Northern Quest. Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. And back here with the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley. We always get to enjoy talking with guys, but maybe it's because it's the first show of the season, but a lot of good energy. Just smiles from Reed Vavers and Jerome Morton. 2 guys that are easy to root for.
Absolutely. 2 guys that have really helped us all year as great leaders and keeping our minds in the right spot.
So I'm talking to you right now. Yesterday ended a stretch of 4 games in 8 days. As a coach, that's kind of going through the ringer. That's a lot of prep. That's a lot of games, and the Cougs coming out of that stretch 3-1. But there is no game until Saturday. The Cougs will travel to take on St. Mary's. What's the schedule look like this week when there's no game until Saturday?
Well, we got to find the right balance of giving the guys rest, and we had a day where they took today off and got reset, got some treatment with Haley. But we got to get better. There's a lot of lessons that we got to learn from the last 4 games that we didn't get a chance to really walk through. We talked through it on film and had to play. And so we're going to get after it tomorrow, and we'll give them one more day off before we start prepping for St. Mary's. But this is a huge time for our team to continue to get better and to continue to grow.
A great opportunity again. The games are awesome, but I know, especially when you get into this part of the year, be able to kind of fine-tune things and balance the rest and practice. It's nice to have a handful of days to catch the breath, all things considered. St. Mary's, the opponent up next, the Cougs will head down to Moraga. Obviously, such a nationally relevant program, not just a program that everyone knows across the country, but one of the top teams on the West Coast, it seems like year after year. How is it when you start to turn that attention fully to St. Mary's getting ready for the Gales?
They're one of the most disciplined teams I've ever seen, and we saw it last year. They've got quite a few returners and guys that are continuing with that culture, and they're going to be a really, really tough game for us. And I think it's exciting that we grew and we've gotten better. But you go look at that Oregon State game, like we played really good offense for about 30 minutes, and then we started maybe 25 minutes, and then we started pressing a little bit and forcing the first action and turned it over. And like that's not going to fly versus St. Mary's. They're going to make you pay. And there's some defensive things that we got to continue to grow in and be able to guard for 30 seconds because they play a really slow pace where they're going to make you guard the whole shot clock. And like this is a huge game for us to show that we've gotten better, and that's why this week is so important. Like we've got to learn those lessons right now so we don't get exposed.
St. Mary's, and it's early in conference play, but still St. Mary's right now has gone through it unscathed, and that's hard to do through 2 weeks of conference play with how competitive the WCC is. They are 4-0, and by the time the Cougs will play St. Mary's, the other two teams that are undefeated in conference play, Gonzaga and Santa Clara, will have played each other. So they'll be one of two teams that will be left undefeated in conference play by the time Saturday's game rolls around. I know you're narrow focused on the Cougs. Do you kind of have a side eye on what else is going on in the conference, or is it's all Cougs all the time and the rest just works itself out?
Right now, it's just preparing for our next opponent, and so we've watched the St. Mary's games that they've played and trying to get ahead of that, and you can just see how experienced they're. Rick Morauskas, what he does down the stretch for those guys, and they got a really, really tough team, and so watch the games that you need to watch.
2 o'clock is the tip-off time Saturday. The Cougs down in Moraga to take on St. Mary's. Our coverage here on the Cougar Sports Network, myself and Craig Elo, that will begin at 1:30. Excited for that matchup as the Cougs will be taking on St. Mary's the next game. And the next home game the week after will be Gonzaga coming to town. So looking forward to seeing all the Cougs, and the students will be back in town then as well. So fun to have all those home games coming up. In addition, we'll take another break. More with David Riley after this. You're listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour live from the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman on the Cougar Sports Network.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
If we know anything about Cougs fans, it's that a win isn't all you're hungry for on game day. So Northern Quest has a full lineup of restaurants and lounges ready to face any appetite. Cheer on your Cougs with craft beer and cocktails in front of Epic's 10 by 30-foot screen. Grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, or tackle a burger at Fat Burger, before it tackles you. Full menus at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
Dear Traction, Toyota has 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The RAV4 has legendary versatility. The Grand Highlander's adult-sized third row is for real. And the Tacoma's wild side comes standard. From job sites to campsites and game nights, there's an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive Toyota to get you there in style. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. We are back live at the Lumberyard in downtown Pullman. Our first of 7 episodes this year, the men's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. Again, tomorrow will be the first women's basketball Cougar Basketball Hour of the season. That will get started right here at the Lumberyard at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Back here with David Riley. And Coach, I got an audience question to get to from Matt Kylo asking, do you think that the offense playing at a quicker tempo has helped the players maybe not overthink as much on the court?
Yeah, I think that's a really good observation. That's something that we've really tried to do the last 6-7 games, play faster and get out and run. And I think that's something that we were trying to do the right thing too much. And the beauty of our offense is you don't have to back it out and run a set. It's like we want to play fast in transition. As soon as they slow that down, we don't need to force anything. We can flow right into our 4-out, 1-in or our 5-out. And we weren't really pushing the pace and trying to hunt that first 10 seconds where we can get an easy look. And I think that's something that our guys have gotten better at is understanding how to push, but also not force anything and just be comfortable flowing into our secondary.
How much does that go in sync with, you mentioned it after the LMU game, and that fact rung true after yesterday's victory over Oregon State of seeing that balance in the score sheet. You said after the LMU game that 4 Cougs in double figures, that's WSU basketball.
Yeah, and I think that's once the guys start understanding how to play to their strengths, like teams are going to take away different things, and throughout the game there's going to be adjustments. And if they're going under ball screens and Ace hits a couple threes, they're not going to keep doing that. They're going to adjust, and maybe then it's time to hit Indy in the short roll and then play off that, and maybe they overhelp and we spray it to our shooters, and there's just a bunch of different options that our guys have to be able to progress throughout a game. And I think that's something that when we're playing at our best, like I think that at times in the Oregon State game, you guys really saw that.
There's been some fun flashes this year with ND when he's taken the ball up the court and has attacked the basket. For ND, I believe listed at 6'9", and he is every bit of that, and he is bulky too. No one wants to. That'd be like a runaway train coming at you with ND Okafor rumbling to the hoop. How has that been, seeing him be aggressive and seeing it pay off?
It's really cool to see someone that put in the work. Him and Jerry were in the gym all spring, working on his ball handling, developing his perimeter game, and to see that kind of start happening during the summer where he got more comfortable with it, and then you saw that a few times in the fall, and now he's starting to do it once or twice a game. And I think this is just a different weapon for us where we can push the pace with our 5-man, and then for him it just kind of allows him to be more aggressive at different times in the game.
You mentioned Jerry, that's a member of the coaching staff, and for you, it's year 2 at WSU, and so much of the staff is intact from last year. How is that? Continuity is such a big thing, and it's hard to come by in any shape or form in college sports these days. What's it like, that group that you get to work with as part of your staff?
Yeah, that continuity is every bit as important as the player continuity, and that's something that we've been really lucky to have. And Jerry, Donald, and Pedro, and Blake, we're all with me at Eastern, and then Haley as well, and then having George back. We got some new blood this year with Orlando coming in, and I think we just got a really good staff. It's like a family, and we're all trying to figure this out together. Ties
usually run pretty deep. Orlando is someone that you go back with a ways, right?
Yeah. We played AAU, or I played AAU with Orlando. That's probably the better way to say it. He was pretty good, and got to stayed in touch with him throughout his career. He got to play in the NBA, and really grateful to have him on board with us now.
Yeah, great to have his experience. I like how you put that you got to play with him. I'm sure you did your part, but Orlando went on to play in the NBA. I'm sure it didn't hurt to have him as a teammate in AAU.
Absolutely.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this, and it's fun that we're off to the races here. That we're at the part of the year that we're going to be looking behind us here at the Lumberyard. There's going to be snow at some point when we have the Cougar basketball hours, but we got our first of 7. It's in the books here tonight. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you next down in Moraga on Saturday for the matchup with St. Mary's.
Sounds good. Go Cougs.
Again, that is David Riley, the head coach of the Cougs, joining us here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. A big thanks to all of our guests, not just David Riley, but the 2 players stopping by tonight as well, Reed Vavers and Jerome Morton. For the folks who make it all possible on the video side, Jared Pringruber. On the audio side, Jerry Kylo. Back in the Cougar Sports Network studios, Zane Saggio. I'm Chris King, signing off. Saturday, we'll talk to you next on the Cougar Sports Network, the matchup against St. Mary's. You've been tuned in to the Cougar Basketball Hour, live from the Lumberyard in Downtown Pullman, here on the Cougar Sports Network.